7 to 1, did open up at 6, went 7, went 8, back into 7. Punters decided the 8 was just a little bit too big. Hare is on the move here at Swindon. Goes on from 4, just in behind races 2, they're being followed by a line of 3 dogs, 1, 5 and 6. Down the back they spin them, 4 got a little bit checked up there, 3 goes on from 2 just in behind. These in turn are being followed by 1 who's now trying to close, and the other dogs are just really paddling at the moment. 3 goes on, got a good couple of lengths advantage over 2, 5, 1, 4, 6. Coming into the straight then, 3 down the near side, 2 over the far side, 5 and 1 bursting through. Is it going to be tight as they hit the wire? Oh, tight, I think 2 may have just held on. 2 I think has touched off 5, well on the judge on 3rd. Oh, that's tight. I reckon 2 has just held on from 5 and 1 is back in 3rd. Full SPs to follow. Now, the Greyhounds are approaching the lids here at Sunderland for this next race on the card. This is a 450-metre handicap. Joint favourites here, traps 5 and 6, both at 5 to 2. Trap 4 is at 3 to 1, trap 1 at 7 to 2. Trap 3 at 5 to 1, trap 2 is at 6 to 1. Well, look at this, well, just goodness me, 3.5 points would separate all 6 dogs. Trap 5 then here, Sober Judge. My apologies, so trap 5, Piston Away. 3rd last time out, 3rd the time before that, but had a little bit of a case of seconditis. This was all in handicap company. Been performing consistently well, rattling the crossbar I think is fair to say. Trap 6, well 5th last time out, 4th the time before that, 6th the time before that. I think he might need some picking up from that position, but has been racing in the classy A1 grade. Hare is on the move at Sunderland. And away and racing. 1 and 3 got off to really good breaks. 2 fell out of the lead, so there's the first to relinquish a position. 4 picks up, 5 just in behind, and 2 and 6 playing catch up as they spin down the back. They hit the halfway point. It's 3's taking them along then here. Goes on by the best part of about a length to 5. Then races 4, 6, 1 and 2 just completely out with the washing here. It's 5 now starting to get on top of 3. 4 is trying to cover the move in behind, but it's 5 racing up towards the line, and 5 is going to do enough. 5 wins, beats 4, 6 back in third. 5, 4, 6. 5, 4, 6. Oh, just about a minute to go to this next race here at Doncaster. Be loading up here at Doncaster then. Track 4 here, the 9 to 4, top and a head favourite. But, well, just as I say, they've all gone now to 5 to 2. Traps 2, 4 and 5, all at 5 to 2. Trap 3 is at 7 to 2. Trap 6, Sniper's Promises at 5 to 1. And Trap 1, Wrath Cooler Blue Boy is at 10 to 1 chance. So they're loading up then here at Donny. The racing post have gone with Trap 4. It's one of the co-favourites of the 3. It was 6th last time out. That was in an open race. Prior to that, 4th. Ran a solo, 4th and 2nd. So patchy, I think it's fair to say about Trap 4. Trap 5. Romeo Superhero. Well, was 6th last time out. And beating a distance behind it, Yahoo Joan. However, prior to that was 2nd, and that was an A1 grade. And first the time before that, and that was an A2. So it's been racing in some pretty warm company, doing fairly well. Trap 5. The wonder he's one of the ones at the head of the market. Trap 2, Red Brick Linda, was a winner last time out. Beating Millcroft Gary a short head. Competitive little heat this. Interesting. Hare is on the move at Donny. Off and away and racing at Doncaster. 4 broke really well and also nicely away is 2 and 1. 6 is making up ground on the wide outside, although we'll go a little bit wide. Just in behind races 3 and track 5, who looks good on paper, is a bit of a minger at the moment. He's got about 20 lengths to find. 4 goes on then. Got a best part of about a 4-length split over track 3. Is now starting to abate that lead. In behind them races 6. They're being followed by 1 and 2. Still no sign from trap 5. It's 4 being pounced upon now by 3 down the near side. 6 trying to run on. It's 4 down the near side. 3 trying to get there. 4 too clever. 4 wins, beats 3, and 2 will grab bronze. 4-3-2. 4-3-2. Off time there at Doncaster, 7:11 and 38 seconds. So just tidy up the dividends at Sunderland for the 7:06. 5 beat 4 and 6. SP's there 5 to 2 joint favourite and 3 to 1. Off time 7:06 and 24. Forecast 13.31. Tricast 30.81. Track 2 here's 2 up, 7 and 4. Traps 1, 3 and 4, all at 3 to 1, and trap 5 at 5 to 1. I'm just about loading up then here at Swindon. Got a vacant trap here as well. Trap 6 is not going to take part. Right, so left trap 2, the clear favourite. Has been performing in A7 grade. Now drops down to A8. Hare is on the move. Let's see how things transpire here. Off off and away they go. Sorting themselves out then, and 2 got off to a really good break. Also 3 was right there with the speed. 4 is just in behind. They're being followed by 1 and 5, and as they come down the back then here, it's Trap 2, the 9 to 4 favourite then, who really goes on, and he's going on by the best part of 2 or 3 lengths. 3 is now starting to close up in second position. He's going to make this interesting, 3, and the other dogs just yet to land a blow. 4 is heading up the peloton, the rest are cooked. It's 2, but 3 is slowly eating away. Here comes 4 hitting the dance floor as well, and it's 4 in the right place at the right time wins. Photo second, 3 and 2 for a very nice winner. Off time there at Swindon. Confirmed 12 for the 706, 5 beat 4 and 6. Returns their 5 to 2 to 8 favourite, 3 to 1. Off time 706 and 24. Let's please confirm then at Swindon. 4 beat 3, returns to 3 to 1, co-second favourite 3, 3 to 1 again, off time 7:16 and 12 seconds, forecast 14 and 44. Now, Sunderland, just a minute to go to post time. Trap 3, Pity Me Summer is the 5-2 favourite. Trap 5 is at 3-1. Trap 1 is at 7-2. Trap 4 at 4-1. Trap 6 is at 6-1, and Trap 2, the real outsider of the party, then at 8-1. Loading up rather rapidly here at Sunderland, and well, the racing post have gone with Trap 3. Trap 3 put some decent performances in. Could be hard to beat here. They're all in at Sunderland. Hares on the spin. Here comes the bunny. And they're racing away. One got off to a good start. Also, Fire's quite electric in the early stages. 4 and 2 just in behind them. 3's going to have to make up some ground. Oh, he got checked up there and got a nudge on the back of 6. 5 hits the halfway point and goes on by 2 or 3 lengths to 1. Big gap back then to 4. 2, 3 and 6 with it all to do. 5 then with the holding the upper hand here. But 1 is trying to battle back on the inside of 5. 4's trying to box on. The rest of them look finished. 5 down the near side. 1 over the far side. This is going to be another close one here. Oh, too tight to call. Maybe 5. Possibly down the near side. Oh, they had a bit of a barging match after the line as well. 5 and 1 flash past the line together. 4 back in third. 1 for the judge. Now the Greyhounds are approaching the traps here at Doncaster for this 727, and interestingly, the betting is telling a little bit of a story here. Trap 3 has opened up at 5-4, but look at this, it's drifting like a barge. My goodness me, the betting really is telling a story here. Racing Post like Trap 3, however, but look at this, 5-4 into 9-4. The punters are not latching onto this. They're coming, well, not really for much, but Trap 2 is at least staying static in its price at 2-1. Trap 6 is at 7-2. Trap 4 is at 4-1. Trap 5 is at 6-1. And Trap 1, my goodness me, doubled in price. They cannot give Trap 1 away in the ring at the moment. Open up 8-1. Now currently a 16-1 chance. Trap 3 then, Hades Flyer, well, second last time out in trial company. It's over a time of 27.75. The Racing Post have gone with it, but the punters are just not latching onto this one. Let's see how this gets on in these rather wet conditions here at Doncaster. Away they go. Oh, 3 fell out of the lids, but 2 was very fleet of paw, and 2 quickly in the pole position goes on. It's 2. Then races 3 in behind in second position, who's now really starting to hassle the lead. Oh, but 3 got checked up there on the back of 2, and that's certainly not done 3's chances any good. 2 goes on from 3, 1, 4, 6 and 5. Got it all to pick up then, and it's 2 still with the best of it. 3 doesn't look like he can close at the moment. 4's trying to get there in behind in third position. He could be a bigger danger. Over on the far side, 2. Oh, 2's coming home to romp home. 2 wins, beats 4, 5 back in third, and well, 3, the betting told the story. Open up 5-4, went 9-4, and ultimately has finished unplaced. Now, Swindon. Racing Post like Trap 5 here. Dark Ruler is the 5-4 favourite here. Trap 4 did open up at 2-1, currently a 5-2 chance. Trap 2 is at 7-2, Trap 1 is at 4-1. Trap 6 is at 8-1, and Trap 3, well, another one of these dogs that the bookmakers can't give away. Did open up at 8-1, and is now out to 20-1. Unsurprisingly, the racing post have gone with the favourite here. Trap 5, Dark Ruler, who was in the winner's enclosure last time out and actually beat Sawpit Sunshine, so they're rematching here. Let's see if Sawpit can reverse the form. It'll be interesting. The bookmakers don't think so. Very warm favourite here, Trap 5. And away in racing they go. 6 down the near side off to a good break, but 5, the favourite, is also well away. 3's right there, 1, 2 and 4 just in behind. They come around the first turn then. And 5, the favourite, has bagged the advantage. You'd be happy if you back the Jolly. He's got Trap 6 on the outside, who's certainly not lying down without a fight and is trying to get at the leader. Just in behind races Trap 4 and the others with a lot to be desired. It's Trap 5 still with the best of it. 6 on the outside though is trying to close. 4 and 2 in behind. It's 5 over the far side. Oh, the 5 to 4 looks good. Trap 5 wins, beat 6 and tighten the photo to third, 4 and 2. Off time there. Off time there at Swindon. 7:32 and 21 seconds. 5 beating 6. SP said 5 to 4 favourite and 8 to 1. Just waiting on the dividends for third. Doncaster for the 7:27. 2 beat 4 and 5. SP said 2 to 1 favourite and 4 to 1. Off time 7:28 and 22 seconds. Forecast 12.65. Tricast 44.16. And at Sunderland for the 7:22. 5 beat 1 and 4. Returns their 3 to 1 joint second favourite and 3 to 1 again. Off time 7:22 17 seconds. Forecast 15.60 and the Tricast 44.18. Sunderland then for the next race on their card is the 7:37. And we've got a warm favourite here as well. Trap 6 did open up at 6 to 4 and has stayed static in the betting, no change. Trap 2, however, has been one for some support. Did open up at 4 to 1, now currently a 5 to 2 chance. Trap 4's at 4 to 1. And traps 1 and 5, both at 5 to 1, and trap 3 is at 8 to 1. Trap 2 then. Did open up at 4s. Went 5 to 2. The bookmakers are just pushing this out again now to 3 to 1. And trap 6, still the favourite, but now has moved and drifted just a fraction. Now currently a 7 to 4 chance. Well, let's take a quick look at the favourite then. Third last time out, third the time before that. 2/3 in A3 grade. Hasn't got a lot to find, you wouldn't have thought. And the bookmakers fancy this one to do the business. Hare is on the move. Racing Sunderland, 6th the favourite, off away nicely, but is also getting away well is trap 5, and it's trap 5 quickly into the lead. 5 goes on from 4, then races 2, they're being followed by 3. 6 is struggling a bit now, the favourite. 1 right at the back of the field. It's trap 5 with the best of it. Drifted in the market, but still goes on from 4, who's trying to close up in second position. Huge gap back now to 6, 3, 2 and 1. Coming into the straight, then it's 5 trying to repel them, and is doing a good job. 5, that shall not pass 4. 5 wins, beats 4. And 6 back in third. 5, 4, 6. Loading up then here at Doncaster. And got a very lively old betting market here. Trap 6 did open up as the 9 to 4 favourite and has stayed there. Static. Traps 2, 3 and 5 though have all been changing around. 2 open up at 9 to 4, now currently a 3 to 1 chance. Trap 5 open up at 5 to 2, now currently a 3 to 1 chance. And trap 3 open up at 11 to 4, now currently a 3 to 1 chance. Trap 1 is at 9 to 2 and trap 4 is at 6 to 1. So the punters are not really latching onto anything here. However, pretty much everything bar trap 6 is just being eased out. So trap 6, Nola's Glory. Third last time out, beaten 7 1/4 lengths. Third last time out. Then that was in a slightly better grade though with A3, so it gets a little bit of a class drop here. That could certainly help the dog's chances. Trap 5 was, actually Trap 2 was opened up as the joint favourite at 9 to 4, but is being eased out now to 3 to 1, Trap 2. Trap 2, third last time out, beaten 5 lengths. Trap 5 has also drifted in, well at least Trap 5 was second last time out. The hair is on the move, let's see what happens here. Off and away they go. 6, 4 and 5 all off to decent starts. 1 is trying to make up some ground as well. 3 and 2 just in behind them as they come around the turn. It's 6 just kicking on then. He goes on by the best part of about a length to 1. Then races 3 and 5, 2 and 4 just in behind. It's 6 going on then. He's got about a half length advantage. The 1 in behind these, then the rest of the peloton. It's 6 the favourite. He's looking fairly good here. 1 just in behind. The rest of them all paddling. It's 6 down the near side. 1 trying to get up at him. And it's 1 who's going to get on top. 1 wins. Will touch off the favourite. 6 in second, and back in third there was 2. One 6 2. Off time 7:43 and 30 seconds. Full SPs to follow just as soon as they're through. Swindon approaching the traps then here for the 7:48. Now we've got a vacant trap here, trap 6. Trap 2 has opened up as a 7 to 4 favourite. Now currently a 9 to 4 shot. Trap 4 is at 11 to 4. Trap 1 is at 3 to 1. Trap 5 is at 4 to 1. Loading process getting underway then here at Swindon. Let's take a little look at these. We'll start off with the favourite Trap 2, fifth last time out, beaten 5.5 lengths. That was in A9 grade, stays in A9 today. Hasn't really set the world alight in its last 2 runs in A9. So perhaps a little bit to prove here. Trap 4 at 11 to 4, sixth last time out. Hair is on the move. Let's see how this stacks up. And away they go. Oh, 5 blast out of the lids really quite nicely. 4 gets a good split as well. 1 is just in behind. They're being followed by 2. And 3's right at the back of the field as they start to spin around the turn. 4 goes on. Got 1 to contend with. Just in behind races 5. They're being followed by 2 and 3. 6 lengths will cover the field. 4 with 1 battling up on the inside. 5 now trying to close. 3 and 2 are just in behind them. 4 goes on then with 1 up the inside. But 4 slam the door on 1. And it's 4 that now goes on. 4 from 1 just in behind. Then races 5. But as they race up towards the line, 4's going to get it done. 4 wins and beats 5 in second. 4-5. Off time there at Swindon, 7:48 and 14 seconds. Tied out the SPs at Sunderland. The SPs at Doncaster for the 7:43. 1 beat 6 and 2. Your returns are 9 to 2, 9 to 4 favourite. Off time 7:43.30. Forecast 20.86. Try cost 53.65. So, Sunderland, the Greyhounds are out on parade here. Track 4 is the 5-4 favourite. Track 3 is at 3-1. Track 1 is at 4-1. Track 6 at 5-1. And traps 2 and 5 are both at 8-1 as the Greyhounds begin the loading process here at Sunderland. Racing poster go with track 4 here. 5-4 favourite, quite short in the batting. Emmy is blue. Well, second last time out, but not beaten far. Let's see how that gets on. Away they go. 6 motoring clear in the early stages, but one over on the far side is going to have some kind of say. 4 just in behind, then races 2 and 5. 4 got a nasty nudge for his troubles, and 3's been left with a proverbial wooden spoon. They hit the halfway point then, 6 goes on, and is really powering clear here. Goes on by the best part of about 4 or 5 lengths to 5, 1, 4, and everything else is just really paddling. And as they come round the turn then, well, this is going to be a minor upset here at Sunderland. Trap 6, all on his Jack Jones, wins nicely. 6 wins, beats 3, and 1 is back in third. 6-3-1. Podcast are loading up for this next race on the card. This is 7:58 track 1 here. Well, the favourite's opened up at 4 and 5. The punters have not touched up. The movement is from 6 to gains. Track 4 is at 3 and 1. It's actually the third favourite in the punters to track 3 is 7 and 4. Trap 6 at 7 to 1 and trap 2 at 12 to 1. So a larger percentage of this book covered by traps 1 and 3. Goodness me, look at this. They've pushed this favourite out again. Now wrist. 80% of the book being covered by the first and second favourites here. It's very interesting. Vacant trap here is trap 5 at Doncaster. Let's see how this gets on then. The favourite taking a slight walk, not an ominous one, but a slight one. And the hare is on the move at Donny. Off and away they go. Well, 6 was off to a good break, but has now just had to fall back, and it's 3 on 1. They now start to go on with it. So 3, 1, 4, 6, 2. That is the order of proceedings then. 3 goes on. 4 on 1 trying to get it in. 6 just in behind then, and in behind them right at the back of the field then races trap 2. They come down the back then. It's 3 that's going on with it. Still has the overall advantage from 1 back in behind in second position. Then races 6. They start to come into the straight then, and 3 will not be passed here. 3 is going to take the race. 3 wins. Beats 1. What time there? At Doncaster, 7:58 and 15 seconds. Fellas, please to follow. SP's in at Sunderland for the 7:53, 6 feet 3 and 1. Your return so 5 to 1, 3 to 1. Return 7:53 and 26 seconds. Forecast 26.6, 27.61. Tricast 85.14. Now, we've got a reserve here at Swindon for this next race on their card. This is the 804. Trap 6 here. Could open up at 4 to 5. Now, currently the 4 to 6 favourite. Trap 1 is at 2 to 1. Trap 2 at 5 to 1. Trap 5 at 6 to 1. Trap 3 at 8 to 1. Trap 4 at 25 to 1. Did open up at 20s, but out to a pony now. Won't be too much longer than here. At Swindon. Let's concentrate on the favourite then. On trap 6, Forest Chunk. Knocked up a win last time out. Beating Tommy's approach. That was in an open race. It was over a time of 28.66. Racing Post note made it third time lucky. He can follow up. Let's see if that happens. God's on to do so. 4 to 7 now. The punters like this one. 4 to 7 from Riston. Off and away they go. Oh, well, one burst out of the Liz really well and has really injected some speed here in the early stages. 4's just in behind, then races 6-2. 5 got a little bit of a nudge then as they come around the bend. So down the back they come then. It's still trap 1, but trap 6 is stalking it ominously. Still 3 or 4 lengths down, mind you. Just in behind races 2. Where are the rest of the dogs? 1, he's getting a little bit tired. Here comes the jolly old favourite trying to close, but 1 is battling gamely here. This is not a pass for the 6, and trap 1 coming up to the line is going to touch off the favourite. 1 beats 6, and 5 will get up to third. 1-6-5. 1-6-5. Off time there at Swindon, 8:04 and 17 seconds. Full result to follow. Tidy up the full result as well at Doncaster for the 7:58. 3 beat 1. SP's a 7 to 4 second favourite and 5 to 4 favourite. Off time 7:58 and 15. Forecast £4.50. Won't be too much longer than here at Sunderland. For the 809, trap 5 here, the 2-to-1 favourite. Trap 1 is at 7-2, traps 2 and 6 both at 4-to-1, traps 3 and 4 both at 6-to-1. Fairly competitive then in terms of the betting here. Racing Post Live trap 5. Greyhounds are going to take a little bit of a walk, I think. Now I decided that they're going to start loading up then here for this 809 and trap 5 here, the 2-to-1 favourite. Trap 5, well, third last time out in the winner's enclosure price of that. A4 and A5 company it's been campaigning in. It's okay, there or thereabouts. And, well, trap 1, Jenny's Oak, fourth last time out. Hasn't really set the world alight, this one. Looks like a tough little heat, this. Let's see what transpires. Off and away they go. Well, 6 wasn't exactly clean away, but 1 got off to a really good start. 3, 5 and 4 also right there, and as they come around the turn, it's 1 that goes on. So 1, with just in behind it, races 2. 3 went a little bit wide, 6 has to pick up, and 4 and 5 are having the proverbial wooden spoon at the moment. Back to the front then, and trap 1, there's no sign of him relenting at the moment. 4's trying to get there, the rest of them, it looks like a labour in vain. Coming into the straight then, 1 is going to take this nicely. 1 wins, beats 2, 5 back in third, 1, 2, 5. Off time there at Sunderland, 8, 12 and 16. Now Doncaster hot off the heels of the last race. This is the 814. Trap 2 here, Daisy's Dazzler, open up at 64, currently a 7-4 chance. Trap 6 is at 3-1. Traps 1 and 4 both at 7-2, and traps 3 and 5 both at a Nevis 7-1. They're loading up very, very rapidly here. And trap 2 is the favourite here at Donny. Daisy's Dazzler, 1 last time out, as an A4 grade, stays in the A4 grade on this occasion, so we can see what happens here. Off and away they go. Oh, well, 1 got off to an okay start. 2 got a little bit of a nudge there, and the favourite's be left with a little bit of work on its hands here. My goodness me, but 4 and 3 got in each other's way, and that's actually helped the jolly. Down the back they come then. 1 with 6 who's rapidly closing in. In behind this race is 5. They're being followed by 2. Where are the other dogs? 1 goes on. He's got 6 trying to close. 5's just in behind them. 2's trying to close up as well, but it's 1 with the best of it, and now just starts to pull clear. 6 in behind, then races 5. Coming into the straight then is trap 1. Here comes 6 motoring down the near side. 1 2 good. 1 wins, beats 6. Tight in the photo for third, but I reckon 5 might just have held on from 2. Let's tidy up some SPs as well. 809 Sunderland, 1 beat 2 and 5 returns at 7-2 second favourite and 4-1. All time at 8, 12 and 16. Forecast 17.14. Tricast 36.20. Swindon. Greyhounds are just getting a final once-over before they head into the Laszlo's here. 8-19 coming your way. Trap 3, Quick Opinion, the 5-2 favourite. Trap 6 at 3-1, Trap 2 is at 7-2, Trap 5 is at 4-1, Trap 1 is at 5-1, and Trap 4 is a Nevis 7-1 as the loading process starts to get underway here. Let's give a few of these a quick once over. Well, Quick Opinion, 2 seconds to its name in its last couple of runs. 1 and A5, 1 and A4. Wasn't beaten by far last time out. Racing Post Notes could have a name on the prize money check. Let's see what happens. Hares on the move. Off and away and racing. Well, 6 is dashed off into the lead and quickly back the early advantage and goes on from 1. Then races 2, 3, 4 and 5. Around the turn they spin then, and 6 and 1 are having their own private duel here, but 4 is keeping a check on them, back and behind in third. These in turn are being tracked up then by 2, 3 and 5, who've got to improve. 6 has the best of it. Here comes 4 launching a challenge. 1 isn't quite done. 5's trying to box on. 2 has to find a way through. 3 relegated to the back. Coming into the straight then 6 with 1 and also 5 and 4. Oh, tight between them all. One certainty is that the favourite did not get his hands on the prize money check. He's been beaten well. Full results to follow as soon as it's through. Photos all round at Swindon. Tight. Now, Sunderland are approaching the traps here for the 8.24. Now, the betting is telling an interesting story here. Trap 6, open up at 6 to 4. Currently a 3 to 1 chance. So is really being pushed out here. Trap 5, Charming Woman, is at 3 to 1 from an open show 4 to 1. And trap 4, well, the punters couldn't decide about this. It went 4, 5, 4. It's now currently co-favoured at 3 at 3 to 1. Hare is on the move. Let's see what happens. Off and away and racing. Well, one fell out of the lids, but 5 got off to an awesome start. Also right there with the speed is 3. 6 is going to go a little bit wide into the first bend as they start to swing around it then. And it's 4 that goes on. He's got the best of it here. And he kicks on with 1 just in behind. Then races 2 is now starting to improve. 3 is dropping out of things. And it's 1 with 4. Then races 2. 6 is trying to get back to former glories. 5 in behind. But as they come into the straight, then this is all about trap 1. They knew about trap 6. Trap 1 wins, beats 5. And tight in the photo for third. I reckon 2 may just have nailed 4. Off time there at Sunderland, 8.27 and 5 seconds. Doncaster for the 8.31 then. Trap 2 here is the even money favourite from an opening show of 4 to 5. Trap 5, Red Brick Tinker, is at 5 to 2. Trap 1 at 9 to 2. Trap 3 at 7 and 1, and the other 2 traps are both at a TH. Loading up then here at Doncaster. Hare is on the move at Donny. Racing Donny. 6 down the near side broke okay. 2 gets a good start as well. 1 is right there in the thick of the things as well, and it's 1 that goes on. So 1 with 4 in behind in second. 6 is now trying to close up the deficit on the outside and doing a fairly good job of it. 4, 5 and 2 playing catch up. 3 is the only one without a chance so far. It's 6 going on then. He had an 8-to-1 price tag before the off, but still enjoys himself and goes on by the best part of 3 or 4 lengths. 1 is in behind. Trap 2, the odds on favourite. I don't think he's got a cop here. Down the near side then. Trap 6 for the upset will take it. 6 wins, beats 2. 3 back in third. 6, 2, 3, 6.